nobody moves. Okay, let's do it this way. Welcome to IFLA PressReader Awards Ceremony 2025. As always, we have a very exciting show for you today. You will hear from a lot of finalists and winners and get to see their successful marketing campaigns. This global award has been running for 2 decades now, and so we as the IFLA management and marketing section are very proud and always super impressed by many submissions we receive every year. And I am sure that the best ones are in top 10. And this ceremony awards the best library marketing projects from 2024 and aims to encourage marketing in libraries and provides an opportunity for libraries to share marketing experience and expertise globally. And as I am here on the stage, I use the possibility to market Estonia also. You ask why I'm wearing this t-shirt. This year, Estonia celebrates 500 years from the first written and printed book. It's a very great anniversary. And if you come to Estonia and you go to the libraries and there is some kind of public event, all the librarians wear those t-shirts. And it's also one kind of marketing libraries and the books. And also today, Estonia celebrates the Re-Independence Day, and it's already 34 years to live in free Estonia again. So much about Estonia. But now I have a great honor to give a word to Leslie Ware, a former IFLA M&M sections member, the secretary, and also the member of jury of PressReader Award. But now she is IFLA's president-elect. And as you see, it's always useful to be the member of marketing and management section. You will be the next president of IFLA, Leslie.
Well, I have to say that I was absolutely thrilled when Management and Marketing asked me if I would join them here today for the IFLA PressReader International Marketing Award. As was mentioned, I was on the section for 8 years, and I was involved in the jury for the awards over a number of years. And what I can say in terms of my time working in libraries is that marketing is critical. It really does have an impact on the reach of the library, but also the profile of the library with the decision makers and the funders, and then the impact it has on community and on each individual person who is walking into the doors of the library. And I think we know that libraries are all about trying to make sure every person that's part of their community is successful and has a good life. And we are in a position to be able to help them to do that, as long as they know about our services and collections. And I will say that management and marketing brings together 2 key sides of the strengths of libraries in terms of being able to manage and build capacity, and at the same time be able to market their services. So as you all know, the International Federation of Library Associations and Institutions is working in collaboration with PressReader. I'm sure you all know that it's a wonderful Canadian company based in Vancouver, British Columbia, and that we're here today to announce the winners of the 2025 IFLA PressReader International Marketing Award. And we have an incredible lineup for you today in terms of the top 10 as we build to let you know the top 3 and the winner. So our top 3 finalists were chosen for their outstanding and innovative contributions to marketing. And the first place receives €3,500, second place receives €2,500, and the third place receives €2,000 to support their attendance at the 2025 Library and Information Congress in Astana. So, the award, as we said, was honoring the top 10, and so we're going to begin by showcasing. Now, you've got to watch closely, although you will be able to see these videos later online, we hope? Yes, because we can all learn from each of these campaigns, and then we can take the campaign and use it in our own libraries where we maybe shape it to our own culture, our own community, but we can learn some great tips and tricks for marketing and for raising the profile of our library. So the first of our top 10 that we're going to see is the Anjie County Library from China for Rural Library, Reading in the Heart of Nature.
Knowing that nature never did betray the heart that loved her, this is her privilege through all the years of this, our life, to live from joy to joy, for she can so inform the mind that is within us, so impressed with quietness and beauty. As YT sends the turning page and murmuring brooks pause each phrase, the days are folded into the spine of time. Let the whispering bamboo cast the shadow as a bookmark. Who comes the time, who minds the date? Come, let's read, don't hesitate.
In Anji, Zhejiang, where mountains cradle bamboo groves and streams swing through tea fields, a quiet current of culture flows. It breaks down walls, carries the scent of books over winding paths and across cleansing brooks, nourishing every town and village it touches. We call it Rural Library, reading in the heart of nature. Whoever decided that bookshelves belong only inside 4 walls, we craft them from local bamboo, bookshelves that seem to grow like living things, like life, size Lego in 4 hands. They can be taken apart, reshaped, reused. Together with that tent, some chairs, a mobile car, and voila, on rice ridges, lawns by the water. From fields to riverbanks, stories find their place. Let the fragrance of books move with your needs. Think it, shape it, read it. This is Build What You Believe. The bamboo bookshelf on the ridge is a solid note in nature's melody. When reading becomes a quiet conversation with grass and trees, the idea of replacing plastic with bamboo has already taken root, softly, gently, in everyone's heart. Old books pass warmth from one little hand to another, and eyes shining at new pages glow brighter than any light. Here, reading is never a solitary act. There are poetry duels, hand-bound books, and even a triathlon just around the corner, waving hello. Where the crowd gathers, melodies and the scent of books collide in joyful embrace. Open the book, and Anji's local charm tumbles from the pages. Craving, playing, tasting, laughing is all coded between the lines. When autumn winds paint the hills in gold, time begins to slow. Sunlight carries the eldest tales, whispering that reading belongs to everyone, young or old. Robes flutter like butterflies as voices recite verses from the books of songs, drifting across the campsite. Vermilion lacquer echoes Twitter's hue as blue dye seals the quiet respiration of plants. Each gaze at the book fair seems to say, let these bamboo shadows, bookish breezes, and laughing eyes be bottled like wine, aged into memory. The mobile library has wandered far and wide, and in the embrace of hills and streams, the love of reading grows wild and free.
A library should not be confined by walls, nor should culture be reserved for towering buildings. Librarians and volunteers expand the invisible boundaries of library with every step they take. Wherever there is everyday life, there flows the fragrance of our traveling books. A mosaic of settings invites more to read. A garden of activities inspire minds to grow. In village libraries, the sense of books blends into daily rhythm. Knowledge comes within arm's reach, and the seeds of culture bloom wherever mobile library journeys. With each book open and each phone set aside, we see it clearly. Reading has become the pulse of the countryside. Surging like mountain spring, feeding the root of every soul that longs to grow.
Wow, reading in the heart of nature. Now we will move on to the next library campaign within our top 10, and we will be hearing from the Russian Federation, the Municipal State Cultural Institution, for Book Wagon.
Большое книжное приветствие от централизованной городской библиотечной системы города Астрахани. Сегодня мы хотим представить вам проект «Книжный вагон». Это проект про литературу, путешествия, поезда и, конечно же, про дружбу. Ведь реализуем мы его с нашими большими друзьями Приволжской железной дорогой. И прямо сейчас у нас новая встреча проекта. Сегодня в России празднуется День дачника. Люди, которые любят заниматься садоводством, садятся в пригородные электрички и едут за город на любимую дачу. А в электричке их встретим мы и предложим совершенно бесплатно взять себе книгу. Мы подобрали литературу про природу, классические романы, фантастику и детективы. Лучшее чтение для жаркого лета.
Приволжская железная дорога тесно сотрудничает с централизованной городской библиотечной системой. Есть общий проект «Книжный вагон». С помощью библиотекарей мы пополняем шкаф буккроссинга «Книга в дорогу». Шкаф никогда не пустует. Книги путешествуют вместе с пассажирами от вокзала к вокзалу. Эти наши акции и этот наш проект очень нравится. Он популярен среди астраханцев и гостей города.
Но давайте расскажем поподробнее о проекте «Книжный вагон». Стартовал он летом 2024 года. Период с июня по октябрь – это то время, когда люди активно путешествуют, и на вокзале всегда кипит жизнь. Мы решили воспользоваться этим для того, чтобы повысить узнаваемость бренда библиотеки, приобщить жителей города к чтению и в целом для того, чтобы астраханцы и гости города побольше узнали о нашей библиотеке. Одним из самых популярных вариантов акций в рамках проекта стал буккроссинг, то есть бесплатные книги для пассажиров и провожающих, а также различного рода литературные игры. Но кроме того, сотрудничество с железной дорогой открывает массу других возможностей. Так, например, в августе 2024 года мы провели большой, яркий концерт прямо в старом историческом здании вокзала. Участниками концерта стали астраханские музыканты, поэты, писатели, певцы и даже группа студентов Астраханской государственной консерватории. А зрителями были пассажиры и сами сотрудники железной дороги. К тому же Астраханский вокзал таит множество удивительных тайн. Он оснащен современным оборудованием и, кроме того, имеет за плечами богатую, интереснейшую историю. Поэтому вместе с сотрудниками железной дороги мы провели несколько познавательных экскурсий для участников проекта «Книжный вагон». Всего в рамках проекта прошло 4 экскурсии, в том числе и для детишек с ограниченными возможностями здоровья. В 2024 году прошло 8 встреч проекта, и в нем приняли участие более 1500 человек. К тому же, конечно, книжный вагон стал очень интересен для СМИ, поэтому у нас вышло более 40 публикаций в региональной прессе. В начале 2025 года проект вошел в десятку лучших маркетинговых инициатив по премии International Library Marketing Award. А в июне проект стал участником конкурса профессионального мастерства «Ревизор», итоги которого будут подведены осенью. С июня 2025 года стартовал второй этап проекта. Мы уже провели несколько встреч, раздали более 100 книг и активно планируем новые мероприятия. И, конечно же, мы очень рады поделиться опытом с российскими и зарубежными коллегами. Спасибо вам за внимание.
Wow. Now, our next library marketing campaign in the top 10 is the National University of Singapore Libraries for Tamashq Foundation National University of Singapore Heritage Campaign, part of the TFNUS Heritage Champions. Oh, sorry, Leslie's on the wrong one. Leslie is going back one step. Sorry, I jumped ahead. So the next one is the National Library Board of Singapore for Book Bugs, Tales of Travelers, and we have Sarah Aisha here on site to make the presentation.
Over to you. I'm sorry I jumped ahead.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Sarah, and I am a children and teens librarian from the National Library Board of Singapore. We are thrilled and honored that our marketing campaign, Book Bugs, Tales of Travelers, made it to the top 10 finalists for the IFLA PressReader International Marketing Awards. Okay. All right. So this is me, and around me you see our adorable book bugs. So what is Book Bugs? Book Bugs is the National Library Board's nationwide card game reading promotion, which is for children, and it took place from August 2024 to June 2025. It first launched in 2016, so Book Bugs Tales of Travelers is actually its 5th edition. The campaign is based on 3 key concepts: read, play, share. Firstly, read. We kickstart a positive reading experience for children using a reward system, rewarding them for their reading efforts. During the campaign, our 102 collectible cards can be redeemed through our, sorry about that. Okay. Apologies for the technical difficulties. Okay, all right, so our 102 collectible cards, adorable cards that you see over there, can be redeemed from card dispensing machines at any of our participating libraries. So you can redeem them by borrowing books and collecting points in your NLB library account. We also added a new STEM challenge experience during this edition, where you can collect unique stamps at any of the participating libraries. These work together to reinforce reading habits through repeated cycles of reading and library visits. Just as important, play. So, beyond just screen-free entertainment, Book Bugs gets children excited to read and learn all while having fun. Our card game sparks cognitive skills in children as they take charge of their gameplay. Through friendly matches and a tournament, children devise creative strategies to overcome obstacles and challenges and try to devise strategies to make them think on the spot and make quick decisions. We also held entomology workshops, as you can see in the center, where children can learn more about the real-life bugs that inspired our bookbugs designs. We had also a Design a Book Bug campaign, and this Design a Book Bug program actually allowed a creative outlet for children where we encouraged them to design their own characters and in their own words. Lastly, share. Children may not really love to share all the time, but something they do love is having a shared interest. So through friendly matches, trading cards, collecting stamps, and attending programs together, they actually bond with friends and family and become part of the shared bookbugs community. We had strategic partnerships which allowed us to reach and meet our young readers in their daily spaces. We worked with public agencies to feature bookbugs and bring bookbugs and reading-related activities to their venues and platforms through programs, collaborative cards, and social media. Through our strong partnership with the Education Ministry, primary school students across Singapore enjoyed book talks and reading-related bookbugs activities. Bookbugs received 2 complimentary ads on BBC Earth magazine, which is distributed to secondary schools in Singapore. Our most popular bookbug, August, which you see on screen, is actually based on an actual Singapore mascot. So our bookbugs launch event was held in conjunction with Singapore's birthday, and over 280 participants turned out to take part in our storytelling and meet and greet session. Our pre-campaign events with our partner generated over 9,000 loans across the 4 sessions. We had a largely organic marketing approach, relying on NLB's channels, our partners, and word of mouth. Apart from posters and social media platforms that reach out to our core library users, we had a one-stop portal that we designed to disseminate bookbugs information and updates. It had over 125,500 visits during the campaign period. We were featured on our partners' social media platforms for an extended reach, and thanks to community-initiated pages on Telegram and Facebook, we saw authentic public sentiments and recommendations happening within the community in real time. Bookbugs, as our signature reading campaign, strategically launched the National Library Board's 30th anniversary celebrations. We partnered with a local museum to create an exhibition of past bookbugs editions, showcasing all 425 cards ever created. 2 new cards, Paigey and Empress, were specially released to commemorate this occasion, much to the delight of our bookbugs fans. This also led to media coverage of bookbugs on national newspapers, the television, and live radio. Bookbugs has transformed children's library-going experience in Singapore by making reading a fun and social activity. It fosters a sense of community that reads, plays, and shares together. It has since become a much anticipated campaign by Singapore's library goers with consistently high demand for its return. This campaign generated over 9 million loans and more than 80,000 unique participants over its 10 months. However, all our hard work pays off when we receive heartfelt stories from parents, educators, and the children themselves on the bookbug's impact on their reading adventure. One thing for sure, I like going to the library more after this bookbug's event. Thank you.
Wow, can I say, if BookBug had been around when I was a child, my mother wouldn't have had to pay me to read. She could have just taken me to the library because I'm a bug lover, and I only became a book lover when I was about 12, but you know, who knows where I'd be today if I'd been an early adopter of reading. So, fabulous campaign. Looking forward now to our next top 10, and that's the National University of Singapore Libraries, Singapore, for the Tamask, you can correct me when you come up, Foundation, National Library of Singapore, Heritage Campaign, Champions. Wait a minute.
Is there any technical support?
Oh,
Something?
we can see the screen,
Yes, we can see the screen.
but you can't.
I don't know.
Anyone in the audience that's really good with tech? Oh, all right.
This is okay.
Well done, well done. So, yes, the National University of Singapore Libraries for the Tamask Foundation, National University of Singapore Heritage Champions, the TFNUS Heritage Champions, and today we have Natalie Pang with us, who is going to do the presentation. So I'll ask Natalie to come to the stage. Oh, sorry. We thought Natalie was here, but I think we've got Mr. Jonathan Predebus. No? What? Yes, introduce yourself. Thank you for coming.
Sorry.
Okay, I'm going to have a good talking to with the people back home after this, but thank you for actually having me here today. I would just like to correct that it's called Temasek Foundation. Yeah, without them, we wouldn't be here today. They actually contributed a lot to this particular topic, this project. Okay, before this video plays, I would just like to say that one of the highlights of this program is that it was actually the first of its kind, in our words, the first of its kind in Singapore, because it's the only heritage program in Singapore that unites youth empowerment through seed funding, mentorship, and leadership opportunities. Wow. Thank you so much. I'm not sure which, okay, I'll look at both of them. Okay, does that work better for everyone? Okay. It also deals with cutting-edge technologies such as AR, VR, 3D scanning, volumetric capture, and AI. And also, it's also a library-led custodianship, positioning NUS libraries not just as the repository of the past, but as an enabler of cultural innovation. So that's one of the highlights of this program as well. I would like, before the video plays, I would also just like to end off with that, in summary, this program is special because it is the first, Singapore's first youth-driven, tech-enabled, library-led heritage initiative powered by a cross-sector ecosystem which imagines preservation as an immersive, inclusive, and future-oriented program that ensures that Singapore's cultural heritage does not just survive, but also thrives in the hands of the next generation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you.
Growing up in a small island nation like Singapore means that life here has always been marked by rapid growth. And that growth and modernization often also means that there are gaps when it comes to preserving and understanding our rich history and heritage. And this is especially pronounced in youth. Because of this, I've always wanted to create a platform where young minds can come together and connect with heritage through collections and the application of digital tools in innovative ways. And that really is the driving reason behind the creation of the Temasek Foundation and US Heritage Champions Program.
The journey really began in August last year, actually, when this project first started. So we went for the different workshops that helped us equip ourselves with the various digital tools that we could potentially use to elevate our project. And that lasted until November, when there was the Ideathon presentation where we eventually pitched our proposal, and we are thankful that we managed to be shortlisted for the incubation, and yeah, that led us to plan and work with different community partners to really bring this project to life.
There's a lot of research that goes into things, and it's not just research, but it's also fact-checking, it's talking to people, so we're collecting data, like first-hand primary data, right? So there was a lot of care and a lot of detail that had to go into the whole preparation process. You know how they say like it takes a kampong to make things happen? I think for us it took several kampongs.
We're really grateful that we received funding from this program, because I think we have a lot of big ideas, and of course without the resources we are unable to implement the ideas that we have. So having a bit of this monetary support allows us to be a little bit more ambitious with what we wanted to do.
Our core aims are threefold. The first is really through this program, what we aim to do is empower youths to understand Singapore's built cultural and social heritage in deeper ways. Secondly, what we hope to do is really, through the program and the implementation of projects in the community, enhance community bonds as well as trust through collaboration and partnerships. Thirdly, what we also hope to do is inspire new and innovative ways of engaging with heritage.
It's enriching to know that you have somehow went beyond the classroom and really created something tangible for the community to engage them as well.
Revitalizing, because it revisits old stories, places and narratives and breathes new life into them.
We receive mentorship from a lot of people. The most important one, the last one probably, is friendships and partnerships.
Heritage is not just about history or the past. It's really about understanding the past and our history in order to understand who we are right now and also what can be tomorrow. So by empowering and including youth as part of this journey, what we hope to do through the program is to ensure that Singapore stories will be told in innovative and inclusive ways for generations to come.
All right, and our next entry that made it into the top 10 is Pikes Peak Library District from the United States of America for You Belong Library Card Sign Up Month campaign. So here we go.
Hello, I am Carla Bamsberger, the PR and Marketing Manager for Pikes Peak Library District, locally known as PPLD, located in Colorado in the United States. We are honored to have been recognized by IFLA for our 2024 You Belong campaign that ran during National Library Card Sign-Up Month in September last year. Today, libraries face a decline in library users. To combat this, PPLD runs a yearly campaign during Library Card Sign-Up Month to reach new users and drive library card applications and renewals in our county of 700,000 residents. In 2024, our theme was You Belong, a campaign designed to reach potential users who may not think of themselves as typical library users and may not think they belong at the library. In addition to growing our patron base, we sought to foster a stronger sense of belonging and community in our facilities. The campaign initially ran from September 1st to September 30th and set a goal of 3,000 new and renewed library cards during that period, which would be an increase from the previous year's 2,800 library cards. Our messaging invited potential users to sign up for a library card and see themselves as belonging at the library. We also leverage the loyalty of our existing patrons by inviting them to bring a friend or family member to sign up in order to help us reach our 3,000 card goal. Staff were a key element of this campaign, using strategic talking points to invite library users to get a library card. For example, staff could invite a library user to get a card instead of a day pass for computer access, and staff running programs were encouraged to invite patrons to sign up for a card at the end of programs. We used a wide array of marketing materials at our 15 locations, including posters, flyers, and digital signage, along with external marketing through ads placed on digital platforms, radio, social media, and TV.
Don't let life pass you by. Seize the day and make every moment count. Learn a new language, start a business, find a new hobby, and make new connections. A library card can help you discover a passion you never knew you had. So shake things up, get out of your comfort zone, and try something exciting and new. No matter who you are, Pikes Peak Library District is where you belong. Visit ppld.org to get your free library card today.
We created a designated landing page on our website and included stories in our quarterly magazine and monthly email newsletter. For further reach, we pitched the story to local media, posted regularly on our social media channels, had a pop-up banner for our outreach events, and created an I Belong at Pikes Peak Library District sticker for anyone signing up or renewing the library card. Additionally, we placed large sandwich board signs at all of our library locations with a thermometer showing our goal progress, updated weekly. Throughout the month, we further engage with the community by inviting library users to write ways that they belong at the library on book-shaped papers, which were then posted somewhere publicly visible. We also placed bookmarks in Holds books for 1 week that invited library card holders to bring a friend or family member with them to get a library card of their own. The results? We saw many indicators that this campaign was a success, from website visitors to social media engagement, although the best indicator was the number of new and renewed library cards that month. We exceeded our goal 2 weeks early and ended the month with 3,438 new cards and 1,661 renewals. When we saw that we had already reached our goal, we quickly pivoted and changed our message to help us set a new record for library card signups. We successfully achieved this new goal as well, surpassing our 2018 record by 130 cards. Due to this campaign's success and how it resonated with our community, we continued it as a year-long campaign. Each month from October 2024 through September 2025, we target a different group of users, such as teens or do-it-yourself enthusiasts. As of June 2025, our monthly new library card numbers have grown, showing an increase of 13% over 2024's numbers. This campaign shows the power of a targeted campaign to show non-traditional users how the library can serve them. It also shows how vital a designated communications team is to a modern library. In a time where people have countless options of varying quality to access information, modern libraries must actively engage their communities and communicate their value. And this campaign highlights the way a designated communications team can help with that need. We must champion our relevance. We must tell our stories and share our successes to remain the heart of every community.
All right, what fun and what great success. So it's good to set a high bar and maybe surpass it. We also, in our top 10, have the Shanghai Library East China for Unlocking Young Minds, How Animation Transforms Reading into Adventure. Sadly, we don't have a presentation or a video for this entry. And then our 7th in the top 10 is Western Libraries from Canada for Western Libraries Ambassadors. And for this campaign, we also don't have any video. So you'll have to imagine how successful those campaigns were. It's just very interesting to look at the wide range of campaigns in the 100 campaigns that were submitted for this award. And I think it's thrilling that we're able to showcase 10 of those submissions and just show how differently different libraries can approach marketing and look at what it is that are their priorities in terms of being able to engage with the members of their community and actually have impact on those members. So hopefully you've gotten some great tips and tricks from the submissions that you've seen so far and are looking forward to seeing the top 3, which is where we're about to go next. And so, in 3rd place, we have Listen to the Sound of Books by Ningbo Library, China. And we are inviting Yibo Zhu to come up and take the microphone.
Hello, everyone. 我是宁波图书馆馆长徐一波，非常高兴今天有这么一个场合，来介绍一下宁波，介绍一下我们宁波图书馆。宁波是我们中国的靠近东部的一个城市，离上海大概3小时的路程。那么宁波也有7000年前就是有人类居住的历史，是一座历史文化名城。宁波有1200年的建城史，宁波也是有天下最古老的藏书楼天一阁，宁波也是有个世界上最大的吞吐量最大的一个港口，叫做宁波舟山港，所以宁波是一个有活力的这样一个历史文化名城。宁波图书馆正是得益于这样一座名城，所以我们这几年也做了一些工作。那么我们在2019年的时候，我们的天一约书项目曾经获得了IFLA的营销奖。在2021年的时候，我们的图书馆这个新馆进入了年度图书馆奖的入围奖，这也是中国的第一个进入的图书馆。那么在今年，我们旧瓶新生的项目获得了IFLA绿色图书馆项目的长名单。那么我们这次的听书声的这个项目，进入了IFLA的这个第3名啊，非常感谢IFLA组委会对我们的信任，也欢迎各位有机会到我们宁波，到我们中国，Welcome to China, Welcome to 宁波 ，Thank you。
每天，图书馆都会迎来成百上千的读者，在这熙熙攘攘的人群中，很少看见一类人群的身影，那就是视障人群。为了让更多的视障人士了解图书馆，享受图书馆服务，宁波图书馆开展为期40天的听书声项目。该项目立足视障读者阅读需求，以招募用户现场参与与网络同步直播相结合，利用官方微信、网站、微博发布活动信息，制作海报和视频，在图书馆、地铁沿线、社区、用户集中地点等人流密集区域广泛宣传，以期吸引更多用户或用户的密切接触人群注意，参与其中，提升项目关注度和影响力。项目共设有6项主题活动：一、听一座图书馆，由馆员介绍图书馆地理位置、周边交通、到访途径，带领用户探访宁波图书馆各功能区域，为其讲解馆藏资源、设施设备及图书馆能够提供的无障碍服务，引导用户体验，全程线上直播，便于其初步全面熟悉图书馆。2、听一场展览，馆员带领视障读者赏析图书馆原创展览《一本书的诞生4：行在阳光下》，现场为读者讲解盲文的起源及盲文图书制作过程。3、听一场讲座，邀请本地专家为视障读者开展专题讲座。4、听一部电影，以线下放映、线上直播的方式，邀请视障读者聆听无障碍电影。5、听一场戏曲，通过调研视障读者需求和爱好，特别邀请地方戏曲名人为视障读者带来精彩戏曲分享。6、听一本图书，选择视障读者日常较为集中的社区、助残中心、 组之3D 跨区域联合举办，每周邀请1位朗读者组，连线共读一本图书，为视障读者带来听觉盛宴。40天内，项目获得了广泛的社会关注，媒体宣传报道点击量达77000余人次，吸引了2200余人次的视障人士的参与。其中75%视障读者是第一次踏入图书馆大门，或初次享受图书馆服务。同时，项目也赢得了众多视障读者的认可与好评。
非常感激我们宁波市图书馆给我们提供的各类的这种丰富的活动，
创造了这么多好的学习机会，
对于丰富视障者精神文化生活起到了一个很好的作用。
未来，宁波图书馆将继续秉承无障碍阅读理念，持续项目运营，相信将有更多的视障人士走进、了解、爱上图书馆，听书声，印记图书馆。
So congratulations to the Ningbo Library for placing 3rd in our IFLA PressReader International Marketing Award. And it just shows how important it is that libraries are in fact welcoming and accessible for all of our members of our community. And what an impressive campaign. Now we will move on to the 2nd place, which is Reading Garden by Beijing Library, Capital Library of China. And we will invite the director, Mao Yajun, up to introduce their video and explain something about the campaign.
Thank you. Good afternoon. In Chinese, 下午好. To begin, I'd like to share a short video. No?
She can do it for you.
Yeah.
She can do it for you.
No. Back. Touch. Oh no. Yeah. Thank you.
In the reading garden of the children's library, children's soul sees of reading.
When will we grow up and bloom into beautiful flowers?
Children swim in the ocean of books. The types of books they read become more and more diverse, and the number of books they read is increasing day by day. They actively participate in various activities, and the hours of their volunteer service are constantly accumulating. All these experiences are recorded and presented in the form of a visualized garden, showing a vibrant and flourishing landscape. The reading garden will accompany children throughout their lives, recording their curiosity and love for the world, and carrying their insights into life.
Thank you. The idea for Reading Garden begins with a conversation among colleagues about technology. We often think of technology as complex, serious, and mostly for adults. But can we use it joyfully to help children fall in love with reading? That question set us on our path. Reading Garden. Reading Garden makes reading personal and visible. Each child creates a virtual garden of their own. When they finish a book, a flower blooms. When they attend events, trees sprout. When they volunteer, grass grows. The flower designs are inspired by the classic of mountains and seas, a 4th century BCE Chinese text. We brought its mythical creatures and landscapes into the digital age, blending tradition with innovation. Since its launch in January 2012, and 24. Next. The project, next, thank you. The project has been a great success with wide participation and a positive impact. Children can share their gardens through apps, join planting competitions, and celebrate their progress with friends. Next, thank you. It has become a shared family experience. Children read with their parents. Grandparents revisit their childhood favorites. Generations connect through stories. We believe a person's reading history is also a record of their personal growth. As a public library, we are always gratified to see the joy of reading passed from one generation to the next. The other keywords are innovation and interaction. Children today grow up in a fast-paced digital world where short videos and social media compete for attention. Libraries must respond with creativity. Our vision is to build a personalized, lifelong reading support system. Beyond the reading garden, we are developing a live reading portfolio for every registered user, a timeline that visualizes their reading journey and recommends books and events for each stage of life. In 2024, we were honored with the IFLA Public Library of the Year Award, described as a great example of a library for the future. We are proud that in 2025, next, thank you. IFLA has once again recognized our work with the International Marketing Award. Thank you. Thank you again. This award is especially meaningful to us because it reflects our core mission to cultivate lifelong readers and learners. A library is a place for people, a space where questions are asked, ideas explored, and the connection formed through shared stories feel like gardens, open, alive, and full of possibility. We are the city's knowledge infrastructure and a lifelong learning center for all. It's been a pleasure to share this project. Thank you. And we sincerely invite you to visit Beijing Library. Thank you.
Alrighty, so moving on to the moment you all been waiting for, we have our first place winner, who sadly enough could not be here with us today. And we have the March Meowness by Worcester Public Library in the United States of America. And we're going to hear a presentation, a video with Jason Homer. So we'll play the video.
Hello, and thank you for the opportunity to share the story of March Meowness, a joyful and impactful marketing initiative from the Worcester Public Library in Massachusetts, USA. In March 2024, we launched this unique campaign with a simple but powerful goal: eliminate barriers and reconnect our community with their library. You see, although we had removed overdue fines in 2020, many patrons, especially those from low-income or marginalized backgrounds, were still blocked from using their library cards. Why? Because of outstanding fees for lost or damaged items. Often small amounts, but enough to discourage families, students, and even children from returning. So we asked ourselves, what if all it took to clear your account was a cat? That's right. During March Meowness, patrons could show us a picture of a cat, any cat, a photo, a drawing, a meme, even a stuffed animal, and we would forgive their fees and unblock their library card. It was simple, inclusive, and completely free. This was the heart of March Meowness, a month-long, cat-themed fee forgiveness campaign paired with creative programming and marketing that was designed to go viral. And it did.
The idea for fee forgiveness comes from our New Users Task Force, a group of staff from all departments who work to find new ways to get people back into their public library. The cat focus was developed by our communications manager with one goal in mind: make it easy and fun to come back to the library.
We combined silly social media posts, adorable cat graphics, and themed programming throughout the month. Everything from cat-themed story times to a Sweet 16 literary cat bracket. What happened next was beyond what we ever imagined.
Patrons and supporters submitted over 10,000 cat photos, not just from Worcester, but from across the United States and around the world. They were submitting photos on behalf of strangers just to help someone get their card unblocked.
The media took notice. NBC Nightly News, NPR, The New York Times, and more than 500 news outlets featured our campaign. Social media blew up. Facebook engagements increased 244%. Twitter impressions grew by 532%. Web traffic jumped 46%. And most importantly, real people came back to the library. We unblocked 930 library accounts during the campaign. And shortly after, our library board of directors approved a system-wide forgiveness for an additional 3,787 accounts. That's over 4,700 people who regained full access to the library, many of them for the first time in years. Circulations rose by 9%. Foot traffic increased by nearly 11%, and new library card registrations jumped by 10%. These are real, measurable outcomes from a campaign built on creativity and community.
But the real impact was in the stories. Kids who could check out books again, parents who no longer had to choose between paying a fee and visiting the library, and patrons who had avoided the library for years, all because they thought they didn't belong.
March Meowness proved they did. But one of the most heartwarming pieces to the March Meowness story was the complete strangers from across the globe who showed up by the thousands to support our patrons and help clear their fees. It was a true act of kindness and community spirit. And we accomplished all of this with almost no budget. The campaign relied on existing staff, free tools, and a whole lot of teamwork. Every department pitched in. Communications handled the buzz, circulation processed requests, outreach helped spread the word, and leadership supported us every step of the way.
This campaign reminded us and the world that libraries don't need giant budgets to have giant impact. We just need heart, creativity, and a belief in access for all.
Thank you to the International Federation for Library Associations and Institutions, PressReader, and this incredible community of library leaders for recognizing March Meowness. We hope it inspires others to embrace joyful, inclusive marketing that reflects the best of what libraries have to offer. Because sometimes, all it takes is a cat picture to change someone's story.
Wow, Meowness. I have to say, as the librarian and archivist of Canada, and we were just discussing that as we were watching the video, how are they archiving all those 10,000 photographs of those kitty cats? Because I think, you know, it's a historic moment, and one needs to make sure that the archival record is accurate. Now, I would like to thank PressReader, because without PressReader, we would not be able to have an international marketing award. And so we are extremely grateful to PressReader for your long-standing partnership and generous sponsorship. Your continued support has enabled Management and Marketing Section and IFLA to recognize and reward innovation in library marketing through the PressReader Awards. Thanks to your contributions, first place receives the €3,500, second place €2,500, and third place €2,000 to support their attendance at the 2025 World Library Information Congress in Astana, Kazakhstan, where we are gathered here today. The award also honors the top 10 submissions and with certificates of recognition and a premium PressReader account. We deeply appreciate your commitment to libraries worldwide. And at this point, I would like to invite Josiane de Wolde, Senior Territory Manager, Libraries and Institutions from PressReader, to come up and say a few words.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Josiane de Wolde, and I'm a territory manager at PressReader. PressReader has been proud sponsors of the IFLA International Marketing Awards for several years, and it's an honor and a privilege for me to be here with you in Astana today. For me, being here represents a 360 degrees journey of discovery. It's my first time at an IFLA event, first time in Astana, and it's also the first time that I have the opportunity to present this inspiring initiative that celebrates exceptional library campaigns from around the world. This year, we received nearly 100 submissions, and I was genuinely amazed by how far libraries go to serve their communities, involve their patrons, and raise awareness. But what really struck me most is how closely this aligns with our central theme this year, uniting knowledge and building the future. From Worcester Public Library, which captured the public with the playful campaign we just saw, Beijing Library, with a reading garden, and Ningbo Library, with their inclusive audiobook initiative, and all other entries, they all exemplify creativity, innovation, and meaningful impact in library marketing. On a personal note, I would like to share my story of how libraries impacted my life and the incredible evolution that they underwent over time. In the 60s, before I was born, my parents left Shell Oil Company in Amsterdam to emigrate to northern Italy, where my father was among the first people to join the Joint Research Center of the European Commission. He worked in the informatics and mathematics department, where in 1966, he published a Fortran program designed to compose libraries using binary cards. And by the way, today I still use them for my grocery lists. Very handy. In '72, he moved on to develop the Librarian, a system for retrieving and maintaining source programs where master files were initialized on tapes and disks. In '76, together with a group of volunteers, he founded the Club Culturale Library at the entrance of the European Commission. Open to both staff and the public, the library offered books. it's so low. The library offered books in the 5 official languages of the EC at the time. It also offered a beautiful collection of vinyl records. VHS tapes were introduced in '78, featuring popular titles such as Rocky and Taxi Driver. But personally, I really vividly remember anxiously waiting for the previous patron to return the VHS tape of Grease, so I could watch the Grease tape as many times as possible in the 3-day loan period. In the 80s, my mom started a university documentation library at my school, the European School of Varese. She helped students support their future, explore their future academic paths. And looking back, it's really hard to imagine having to make such a difficult decision based on a printed brochure. In the mid-'80s, I moved to the US to attend college. And there, my library, the university library, really deeply impacted me. I used microfilm and I spent hours doing research with microfilm. And at that time, I thought it was just the most incredible wealth of information at the tip of my fingers. That's hard to believe now as well. Each step in this journey reflects how libraries have shaped my life and how they have evolved across time, uniting knowledge, uniting people, and constantly evolving to build a better future. This brings me to PressReader today. At PressReader, we're passionate about helping libraries thrive because we believe that knowledge is power. And when knowledge is shared, it becomes a force for progress. Our platform brings together 7,000 titles, like newspapers and magazines from 120 countries in more than 60 languages. It helps libraries spark curiosity and activate passions through trusted journalism, culture, and information. And we're proud to support libraries, not only through content, but also by sponsoring these awards that celebrate their vital role in shaping informed and connected communities. Again, we'd like to thank all of our participants for their contributions and extend our warmest congratulations to the overall winners of this campaign, who were already announced. Ningbo Library with Listen to the Sound of Books, 3rd place. Beijing Library with their reading garden that we just had the chance to admire. And Worcester Public Library with their March Meowness campaign. Please welcome me again in giving them a big round of applause. Thank you.
Wow, Josine, thank you so much. There is nothing like hearing about how libraries have an impact on someone, and we hear someone's own story, especially that implicates their mom and their dad and takes us on a journey through time. So thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for your incredible sponsorship. And thank you for being a great part of the larger library community and all the content that you bring to the users of many of our libraries. So thank you so much, and thank you for being here with us today. Now, I will invite Cataline up to the stage to be able to recognize our special mentions.
Hello. As part of the jury, we had so many entries to choose from, so we have 5 more to show to you. Although these campaigns did not place in the top 10, we were very impressed and chose to highlight them as examples of great library marketing. So I'd like to elaborate a bit on the jury reports on these 5 in random order. The Bibliotheek Utrecht of the Netherlands for their campaign Opinions, which is translated Meningen. As part of their long-term strategy, the Opinions campaign by the Utrecht Library makes a profound and meaningful statement against polarization and division. It invites the citizens of Utrecht to reflect and engage in a dialogue via different projects and activities, via its collection and especially via very bold statements all over the city. The jury members particularly liked the graphic design and its display in public spaces, as well as the embedding of the campaign into a larger strategic plan. So well done, Utrecht. Also worth a special mention was Building the Connections, Seaput Library's TikTok Growth campaign from the Cape Peninsula University of Technology in South Africa. We commend this creative and strategic approach to student engagement. Using TikTok and a popular student influencer to promote Seaput Libraries was a really smart way to connect with the student body in a relatable and most entertaining way. The choice of a trending song added to the campaign's appeal and making the library more visible and more accessible. This initiative not only increased social media presence, but also reinforced the library as a welcoming and essential space for academic success. We also like to commend the Nanjing Public Library of China for Taste of Time from Pages to Plates. Nanjing Library's Taste of Time initiative reimagines cultural heritage preservation with a low-cost, high-impact model by blending historical context, culinary traditions, and digital storytelling. Using short-form videos, the project turns static literature into lively, immersive experiences, like scholarly archives with public participation. Led by a young team, this approach mixes online outreach and offline activities to bring historical texts to life, reaching beyond academic circles into everyday culture. More than preservation, it offers an easy-to-adopt method for keeping traditions alive in a digital age, using technology to make history interactive, shareable, and tangible. It shows how teamwork and cross-generational creativity can transform relics into vibrant and living legacy. As our 4th special mention, we want to highlight the Shanghai Children's Library for echoes of parent-child's reading. Over a decade of practice, the Shanghai Children's Library Echoes of Parents Reading campaign has preserved over 1,000 audiovisual recordings of family reading sessions, engaging more than 120,000 families across China, including remote southwestern regions. By integrating bilingual storytelling and sign language performances, the project combats fragmented family time with promoting inclusivity. Through international book fair events, online platforms, and the Childhood Archive Museum, it transformed libraries into dynamic cultural hubs, providing resources like the Family Shared Reading Handbook to sustain traditions. The initiative serves as an effective model for fostering intergenerational bonds and equitable cultural preservation. We loved it. Last but not least, our special mention to the Het Portaal Aarhus, Belgium, for their 10 years Aarhus Bip Bip Hooray! The goal of this campaign was to welcome new audiences into their thriving knowledge and community hub by appointing 10 ambassadors that engaged in visual storytelling, social media outreach, and various other marketing strategies and activities. This campaign was carefully planned, well executed, and provided valuable assessment overview. By the way, Bip Bip Hooray literally translates to library, library, hooray, which is a reference to the Hip Hip Hoera, which is a song at the end of a Flemish birthday song. With those inspiring special mentions, and we are nearing the end of our award ceremony, but I think there is still some time for questions. So if you like, you can stand and we will provide you with a mic. Raise your hand. Ah, there's a question. Or you can come over here if you. There's another. Yeah. Sorry, you're comfortable coming up? This works.
Hello, everybody. I'm Anna from the National Library of Serbia. Thank you for a great and special day today and event. And I want to ask my colleagues and jury and maybe Krista, which library is more participate for award? National libraries, public libraries, or special libraries? What do you think?
I think it's mostly public and special libraries that have handed in entries, yeah.
Thank you very much. And thank you for all your videos and congratulations to winners. Thank you.
If there is no questions anymore, then we have time to wrap it up. Joe, please.
All right, wasn't this fun? So let me tell you, it's interesting when you volunteer for something, you never know what you're going to get yourself into. So perhaps it may be of interest to the group to know how the sausage is made, so to speak, how the process actually works. This is my first year on this committee, and I didn't realize that as a jury member, we are all required to watch all 100+ videos. Okay, 100+ videos. Can you imagine? There were hours and hours spent, and sometimes I had to rewatch them to kind of get the gist. What is this video about? What is this submission about? And to understand how it works out. So I would like to give special tribute to all of my jury members who have worked so hard. And after that, we convened once. Then we convened second time. I think we convened third time to get somehow a consensus and agree upon the winner. So let's give a round of applause to all of the jury members. There are so many other people that I would like to personally thank. I would especially like to acknowledge President-elect Leslie. Thank you so much for your time. Very kind of you to join us. Very kind of you to be here with us and to support this valuable thing. I really appreciate it. Looking forward to your leadership in next 2 years, I think, and perhaps longer. Thank you. Let's give a round of applause to Leslie. I would like to close this wonderful event today with really expressing my appreciation to Jacine DeWald. The personal story that she just shared is truly, truly, truly wonderful. The story about her father, how her father was involved decades ago in the library work that we are so privileged today to enjoy, it's really inspirational. I really enjoyed the Fiat 500 out there. I actually drove one this summer. I flew to Italy and spent a couple of weeks driving Fiat 500 through the Italian and Swiss mountains, and it was fun. Thank you so much. I would especially like to thank PressReader, Jacine. Hopefully this partnership is here to stay for many, many, many years in the future. Thank you so much for supporting us. Please take our appreciation to all of the management and all of the members of PressReaders, and we are so appreciative. With this, thank you so much, everybody. Really appreciate the works. Congratulations to the winners, and have a wonderful afternoon.